This part of Module 4's assignment is to compare the calibrated length of a baseline 202.17 using a new measurement. The length measure is 201.99, and you're going to use a t-test to determine if this new measurement from the new instrument would be considered reasonable based on a 5% significance level. Anyway, what you do on this is basically just go ahead and calculate the t-statistic. Now we're given the standard deviation of 0.03, and we're going to divide that by the square root of the number of observations. This really gives us the standard error, 0.0067. We're going to use that when calculating the t-statistic, and we're going to use our measurement value of 201.99, which comes from our new instrument. Subtract that from the baseline, calibrated baseline of 202.17, and then divide that by what ends up being the standard error. This comes up with a t-statistic of negative 26.8. Now if we go into the back of the book on page 285 and look up what would be our critical t-value, our critical t-value in this case comes up to be 2.093, or you could say negative 2.093. Now, since this value of negative 26.8 is so far outside our critical value, that says that this is a highly unusual value, so our new instrument would be highly suspect. So anyway, here's what we calculated. Here's what the critical value would be, and we are way outside of that. So that's a little bit suspect. Now if we go down to 8 measurements, okay, what would happen is this value, number of measurements instead of 20, would become 8, and therefore our standard error goes to 0.0106. And so if we redid this, our new t-statistic would be negative 16.97. But even with that, we'd have to calculate a new t-critical value based on the number of degrees of freedom, which would be n minus 1, so that would be 7. So the t-critical value in the second case comes out to negative 2.365. But again, this value is still far outside of that. So something's saying that these measurements that you've taken with this new instrument just aren't quite right. They would be highly suspect.